Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for crypto news and interviews. Guys, I have bullish news to share with you all. Twitter has launched officially Bitcoin Lightning tipping, and this is for iOS users. Soon they're going to roll out for Android users. This is huge adoption news. I want to give you the details. We also have Jay Clayton has crawled out from under his rock and he's looking to save face. But guess what he did? He went on CNBC and lied. And along those lines, Charles Gasparino, who's been doing some investigative reporting, is looking into conflicts of interest with Jay Clayton and William Hinman. And they have some big updates around that. So I want to share those details with you. We also have some crypto firms. One is looking, they're Hong Kong based, and they're looking to do an IPO in the United States or go public via a direct listing. We also have a hedge fund that is looking to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum trusts. And then we have updates around the World Economic and the Chamber of Digital Commerce with crypto. So lots to go through. We're going to break it all down. Before we do, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, this video is brought to you by OKCoin Crypto Exchange, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies and you don't have to pay high fees. OKCoin charges low fees. In fact, you can stake your crypto and keep 100% of the rewards. You don't have to pay any fees. And it is the only exchange that carries Miami coin, and you can stake Miami coin as well. Sign up, link in the description. All right, Bitcoin, guys, let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin touched $45,000. A good sign, and we're seeing some green from a 24-hour perspective. Nothing too major, but obviously we've been watching the charts, and I've been sharing that with you guys. On the weekly chart, we still see a red candle. Now, remember, before we had this correction, I kept saying I'm looking for some red candles. Well, now I'm looking for some green candles, my friends, to say it in layman's terms. And if we look at the daily chart here, we see two solid green candles. But like I said in yesterday's video, this needs to prove itself. I'm cautiously optimistic. Does that mean that I don't believe we're headed to new all-time highs? Of course not. I believe we're headed to new all-time highs. We're still in a bull market, but we got to go through the market cycles. And I shared these details so those of you who are new to the market can understand. You can zoom out and have a macro level view. Now, speaking of macro level, check this chart out by Daniel Joe on Twitter, highlighting the Bitcoin updated Wyckoff accumulation, which shows extended phase D liquidations shook out weak hands as strong hands bought. Overall structure continues to hold as 40K is being established as this strong support. Looks like phase E could be starting in October if Bitcoin holds 40K. So as long as Bitcoin's over 40K, guys, we're building support levels. We're going to move sideways. So expect some sideways movement. Also expect the price to fluctuate. It might drop a bit. You're going to see some more red candles, but I expect that we're going to see fireworks in Q4. Will we hit the blow off peak and top as we did in 2017 in December? I'm not sure. The market cycle could lengthen. So here, Benjamin Cohen, who's I'm a big fan of, he has a channel called Into the Cryptoverse. He highlighted the following: Bitcoin and cryptocurrency still looks like it's heading for lengthening cycles. Q4 should be exciting for Bitcoin if Bitcoin can hold the 20-week SMA and will likely extend the rally well into 2022. So that's one possibility. It could extend into 2022. How far in? I'm not sure. Maybe just into Q1, right? And then we have our blow off top. But clearly, we're double peaking like we did in 2013. So it's not an exact model as to what took place in 2017. But obviously, history doesn't often repeat, but it does rhyme. So we could see, once again, fireworks in Q4 into December, but still new all-time highs could be hit in January or February of 2022. So just keep that in mind. This is why I can't stress enough. Have a plan, know what price points you're taking profits at, because remember, no one can call the top. If anyone tells you this is exactly going to be the top, Bitcoin's going to hit exactly this price and that's guaranteed, they are lying to you. They are trying to trick you, right? Because if they knew that, they would be making tons of money and they wouldn't be trying to tweet about stuff and making videos. No one knows. No one can predict the future unless you have a time machine. All right. This is some big news, my friends. Twitter to add Bitcoin Lightning tips, NFT authentication. tipping, including with Bitcoin, will be live on iOS immediately. So a lot of users started using this feature. I'm personally an Android user, so I'm waiting for the Android version to roll out. But nevertheless, this is massive adoption news. So Twitter users on Apple's iOS will now be able to connect third-party tipping services to their profile on the social media site. That will include the ability to link both Bitcoin addresses and Lightning Network addresses. Twitter also announced today that it will add non-fungible token NFT verification features to the platform, a key step in the evolution of the booming trend for unique digital art, particularly as social media avatars. No specific timeline was laid out for the feature, which remains in development. The tips feature will roll out on the iOS and Android systems soon, the company representative said in a press call. The feature is part of a broader push to increase the options for Twitter users with large followings to monetize their content. The announcement didn't address whether or when the functionality will extend to Twitter on the web. So this is just for the app, guys. The tipping feature will rely entirely on third-party payment services like Jack Mallers' Strike app. Twitter is not in the flow of funds and won't take a percentage of tipping proceeds, the company said. Different payment options or tipping services will be available to users in different parts of the world. The exception, according to Esther Crawford, who works in Twitter's product department, will be Bitcoin and Lightning options, which will be available to all Twitter users worldwide. Here's a quote: "There's this great opportunity for us to choose global barrier-less options," Crawford said during the call, and Bitcoin represents one of the best options. We know not everyone around the world transacts with Bitcoin yet, but we think it's one of the better solutions. Guys, I saw like a lot of Bitcoin folks tweeting, rest in peace, Western Union. This is massive. Twitter is huge. It's obviously one of the largest social networks, and it's very easy to get on board, sign up, and start using. This is going to be rolled out to all users, and people around the world can access this. So just imagine people using this and sending Bitcoin, as payments. And I can't wait to try this out. Whether you, once again, if you hate or you love or you're neutral of Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. What matters is the reality of the adoption. And Bitcoin is usually the doorway to crypto. A lot of people come in because of Bitcoin, then they learn about altcoins and they diversify and they expand their horizons. But this is massive. This is huge for the crypto market. And as you can imagine, as I always say, game theory and Metcalfe's law. Facebook's not going to sit by and watch this happen, right? And with their big network of including Instagram and WhatsApp and so on and so forth. So very big news, massively bullish. And, it's not surprising. Jack Dorsey, of course, is a big time Bitcoin bull. And he's been doing a lot to integrate Bitcoin into Twitter. So very bullish. Even Jack Mallers was doing some videos showing today he was sending Bitcoin tips to people in El Salvador and so forth. This is just amazing to see happen. All right, let's talk about a reptilian snake here by the name of Jay Clayton. Jay Clayton today on Squawk Box CNBC denies being introduced to companies that he doesn't name he now works for before leaving the SEC, in question about critics raising conflicts of interest in his filing the Ripple lawsuit on his last day. Now, you know what this is about. This is about saving face. Let me play the clip here so you guys can hear it.
To our incumbent markets, as well as provide new opportunities for investment. I believe that. That's my personal opinion. I think a lot of people believe that. The question around particular products and whether they will thrive, survive, fail, and that requires a micro analysis as to what function those products provide and whether it's something people want and what the competition is.
Right. Jay, I do want to ask you one thing because it's something that your critics seem to believe, which is that in your final days at the head of the SEC brought a case against Ripple. Now you're advising some other companies in this space, and they point out or suggest that this is a conflict.
Well, let me say that we brought a number of cases during my tenure at the SEC in the ICO space, offerings and securities that we're not following our rules around registration for wide distribution to the public. I'm not going to comment specifically on the case you mentioned, but in terms of my after government service in the space, what I can say is that the companies that I advise, I don't want to be promoting them, but one is an institutional asset manager, another is a what I would call an infrastructure partner. I did not know these companies while I was in the government.
That right there is a lie. I did not know these companies. Well, of course, the internet went to work. The internet is undefeated. A lot of folks in the XRP army, right? Well, they found respective meeting notes and schedules where he was essentially speaking to these people in the same room with them. So this guy, now he's lying, of course. It's unbelievable. I guess we shouldn't be surprised, right? Let me see if we can pull it up here. Some folks pulled this data showing once again that he met with these folks. Let's see here. Boy, it looks like I lost a tweet. But anyway, and you'll probably see it as more people start tweeting about this. But essentially, he met with these different folks. So him saying, I never heard of these people. I don't know them. Yeah, right, man. Right after you leave, you're going to go, you work for them. Those conversations were happening before he was about to leave, because you don't just pick up and all of a sudden you land at a crypto company. There's negotiations. How are we going to work together? Blah, blah, blah. And I think that's where he was coerced. I personally believe, obviously I don't, I'm speculating here to a certain degree, so I don't have like the exact things, but we can see where there's smoke, there's fire, and where this guy's journey ended up, why he didn't do certain things, and the way he acted, right? It's all on display. And once again, everything's online, meetings, different conversations, interviews with different people. And Jay Clayton, William Hinman are getting exposed along with Gary Gensler. So here's what Charles Gasparino had to say, who's been covering this closely. He said, here's what I promise the XRP community. Eleanor Tourette and I will thoroughly vet any conflict of interest involving current and past SEC officials and crypto regulations. We will be fair and balanced and diligent in our reporting. Uh-oh. Want to guess why Mr. Clayton came out from under his rock and went on TV? He's getting exposed. He knows now mainstream media people are on board, and obviously we saw CNBC is not going to ask the follow-up questions to put pressure on him, because they kiss his ass, right? They want him to come on board, and this is how they've kissed a lot of the Wall Street players' ass a lot. They won't ask the difficult questions. So Charles Gasparino, in response to digital asset investors' tweet, said, stay tuned, 3:30 p.m. EDT, won't be disappointed, hashtag XRP Army. Digital asset investor tweeted, heard Charles Gasparino on Fox Business. He said tomorrow he's having a surprise guest on, and if you care about the SEC unfair treatment of Ripple, you need to watch. Mentioned it was a major player, said he's going to light it up, said CNBC protects the establishment. So we shall see tomorrow, my friends. I'm very, very interested to see who's this guest and what's going to happen. But this is what we need: mainstream media exposing the corruption, the conflicts of interest, guys. We just want, look, I'm not, and I hold Bitcoin, I hold Ethereum, I hold XRP and a bunch of other tokens, right? What we want is for a free market, to be fair here. But clearly there was some under the table stuff here with Hinman and Jay Clayton, guys. All right, let's move on to some other crypto news. Hong Kong-based crypto unicorn Amber Group eyes U.S. listing. The financial services firm's offering may raise regulatory eyebrows in the United States. So they are looking to do a direct listing and within the U.S. and that's according to their CEO. Here's some quick overviews. A direct listing is on the table in the next 2 years, Michael Wu said in an interview with South China Morning Post. The U.S. is a likely destination, but we're open-minded, he said. Aspects of Amber's plans may raise regulatory concern in the U.S. Amber allows customers to earn interest on crypto holdings by lending to other clients at a higher rate. publicly listed crypto exchange recently aborted plans to launch a similar service after the SEC threatened to sue it for offering what is considered to be an unregistered security product. Now, this is interesting, right? I'm glad they're coming out and saying this, but they could be under scrutiny if they come in the United States, because Gensler, we know, is working for the banking cartel. Clearly, he's trying to stop crypto lending and staking because the banks are going to lose money. And that is what he's trying to protect. That's the agenda here. And we'll see, but it's bullish that these companies are looking to go public. They're looking to expand, guys. They see money on the horizon and returns. And likewise, you and I, who are here early, have a huge opportunity to make significant returns as well. Now, check this out. Crypto hedge fund launches actively manage Ether and Bitcoin trusts. A crypto investment firm is launching 2 new products that aim to offer accredited investors the opportunity to add crypto exposure with less of the market's breakneck volatility. The name of the hedge fund is Cambrian Asset Management, a California-based investment firm with more than $200 million in assets under its management, announced this week its so-called Cambrian Bitcoin Systematic Trust and Cambrian Ethereum Systematic Trust products. Unlike existing products like Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust, Cambrian's new funds plan to manage down risk in Bitcoin and Ether's price in addition to offer exposure. Here's a quote. "We are excited to offer a new way of investing in digital assets through the launch of these new trusts," said Martin Green, co-CIO and CEO of Cambrian. Here's another quote. "Investors have asked us many times if they can use our system to actively manage their Bitcoin or Ethereum exposure to protect against the material drawdowns that are endemic to digital asset markets." Guys, money's coming in, and hedge funds, investment firms, Wall Street firms, corporates, different institutions, and clearly it's on the institutional level. They're not talking about retail here. They're talking about accredited investors, so wealthy individuals. Very bullish. The future's bright despite all the nonsense we're dealing with the SEC right now. All right. President Biden to nominate anti-crypto and anti-bank law professor to run the OCC. So this is not too good. Not great news, but something we should be aware of. Remember, Brian Brooks, who I will be interviewing soon, he was the head of the OCC. He gave the banking charter for crypto companies and digital banks to be established. So this person, Omarova, has stated she hopes to end banking as we know it, but believes large financial firms can abuse the crypto market outside of regulators' views. So hard to kind of figure out what the hell this person is trying to do, but just heads up, and hopefully she's not too crazy. But let me give you some more details. Her first name, by the way, is Saul Omarova. Omarova has levied criticisms at both crypto assets and the legacy banking sector in the past. Having once pledged to end banking as we know it, she has characterized cryptocurrency as benefiting mainly the dysfunctional financial system we already have. So she's an anti-crypto and anti-banks. I don't know. Sometimes these people, they do some virtue signaling. They say these things for optics, right? So they can get a job, come and show like, oh yeah, we're tough. I'm tough and whatever. So let's see what happens. But just heads up that you should know about this because hopefully she doesn't undo what Brian Brooks did. That would be bad, of course. All right, Perry Ann Boring, who I've interviewed on my channel, head of the Chamber of Digital Commerce, which is, of course, trying to fight for crypto regulations. She tweeted, "Over 50 crypto companies joined us in urging the FASB to develop a GAAP standards for digital assets. We believe this is one of the biggest issues impacting the adoption of crypto." Awesome. We need more groups like this, more advocacy groups pushing Washington, D.C., lobbying, educating, just in their face. We need crypto regulation. So this is awesome. Another person who I've interviewed and just recently, Sheila Warren of the World Economic Forum. If you haven't seen that interview, be sure to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. She said, today, the World Economic Forum launched the Crypto Impact and Sustainability Accelerator. Crypto is poised to play a huge role in the digital economy. We have a duty to use it to improve the state of the financial system. Our panelists explain how, want to learn more, and then they provide the details. So this is awesome. This is what we want to see. And obviously it's the World Economic Forum, right? This is not some random Joe Schmo, small blogger or something. This is the World Economic Forum. So here, Caitlin Long, who I will also be interviewing very soon, and I've interviewed on the channel before, she tweeted the following: first ever Bitcoin mining collaboration between Bitcoin miners and a university to train experts in Bitcoin mining operations about to get started. University of Wyoming. This is awesome, guys. Crypto is going into the mainstream, society, pop culture, education, TV shows, you name it. The asset class is growing. What does that mean for us? Be patient. Higher prices are coming to make significant returns on our investments. So guys, what do you think about this news? Once again, this Twitter news is just massive. I'm super excited about this, and I love adoption of crypto. And I think even if it's, once again, if you don't love Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. This is the Bitcoin is that doorway, right? That many people recognize the brand and they come in, they go into altcoins. So I think this is awesome. Leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.